Okay, I can see myself now. How's it going, guys? Today, let me also mention so maybe we should wait and start talking. Long ago, we reached a state in roadmap that we solved several problems, and we reached a place in roadmap. Wait. Thank you for mentioning me. It's weird that no one has mentioned. Wait. Can you hear me now? Great. Thank you for mentioning it. Let me reconnect to see if it works this time. Can you still hear me or? Yeah, I think you can hear me. At least I can hear myself. So you should be able to hear me as well. How's it going, guys, with you? Is everything going fine? I said that, I was saying that we are going to have the third session of Centroid today. And after this session, you will be okay with solving hard problems from Centroid as well. In the previous session, we understood what Centroid is, and we solved some problems from it. In this session, we're gonna solve two problems. We even solved an IUI problem with Centroid. In this session, we're gonna solve two problems that are even harder than that. And I'm sure that if you have watched the previous streams, the previous two streams on Centroid, you can completely understand these solutions today. I mean, regardless of what is your rating, you will completely understand it. And guys, let me tell you something. I'm gonna start live streams on Instagram, but realize that for that, we need at least 1,000 followers to reach there. So we need your support. So please, if you can, follow us on Instagram and maybe share it with others as well to follow it so that we can achieve that 1,000 as soon as possible. If you have any ideas that accelerates our path to reach there, also let me know. Uh, but yeah, it's bad that we have these limits. We have to wait till then to start our live streams. Currently, my rating is around 900 on Codeforces, so is it good to watch now Centroid Bootcamp or any suggestion? If you have watched the previous sessions, yes, you can watch this. But if you haven't watched the previous ones, no. You will not understand what this is about. So I recommend to you to watch the previous two sessions on Centroid first, if you haven't. But if you have watched it, even with that rating, you will fully understand everything. If you know what trees are, etc. With a very minimum barrier, you can fully understand everything. Yeah. And also, guys, I've made some important updates on roadmaps as well. If you go to the roadmaps page, wait. Roadmaps. I changed it from roadmap to roadmaps. You can see that there are, there's a new feature that I'm gonna show it to you for the first time here. We're gonna have quizzes now in these roadmaps. So at some places we have some quiz that it's completely you can choose one of the options that can help making the roadmap more interactive. And also we have coding tasks that we will have in the middle of these roadmaps. This will really improve the quality of the roadmap because right now it's just a bunch of text and it doesn't mean much, a bunch of text. But now we are making it more interactive. I have in these days, hello, good morning. Uh, in the past days, I was working so much on improving the roadmap, and I've prepared several new sections that I'm gonna release them all together. I've almost completed everything, so I saved them to release them all together. Now they are almost prepared. I hope that today or tomorrow, maybe today is gonna be late because it's 11 p.m. already. Tomorrow I'm gonna launch that. And also, guys, Repovive extension is launched too. I don't know if you had a chance looking at it or not, but Repovive extension basically, it connects to our compiler, to our editor. I have maybe show it to you here. You can see the video of it here. So you can start, you can just click on this extension, it opens it in our compiler, and then you can write the code, and then you can click submit here after running all the test cases. You can click submit and it will submit it itself. The extension is out. If you just go to Chrome Web Store, Chrome Web Store, this Repovive competitive programming is released. It's released today. So if you get use of that, you can use it. Now I think more people have joined us, so maybe we are ready to start talking about our session today. I'm doing Codeforces as a hobby. Interesting. Yeah, that's definitely a very good hobby. This is my first live stream. What we will discuss in this live? In this live, this is the third session of Centroid Decomposition. If you haven't watched the first two, I recommend to you to first watch those first two, because otherwise you won't understand this one very well. Unless you know Centroid yourself. And in general, you can use the roadmaps that we have as well, if that's helped you. And we have a very great news about one thing that we are doing with Codeforces as well. I'm going to share it with you very soon. Okay, so I think that in extension, please add VIM mode also. You mean in the compiler, right? I have not actually. I have also messaged you on Discord. Please reply there. I haven't seen it, sorry. So if some days has passed and I haven't seen it yet, maybe send another follow-up message like a dot or something so that it pops up and I can see it. Yeah. We can work on the VIM mode. That's actually interesting. Yeah, I can work on the VIM mode as well. That makes it more interesting. My name is Priyanshu on Discord. Okay. Sure, I will check that out. Yeah, I was so busy with the code and many other things. I'm also at the same time studying PhD and I'm doing many other things too. I was very busy. Sorry for that. If the messages were left there, I will definitely check them out. Okay, so I think that we are now ready to start talking about the problems of today. And let's start without any further ado. Let me. Okay, so we were left off in here. I mean, this was the last thing that we were talking about. The problem Genia and Tree, if I'm pronouncing it right. This was the last problem that we were talking about, and we solved, and we talked about its implementation as well. So the lesson, and guys, the link of the roadmap is here. If you want, you can also watch the roadmap as well. And so, Repovive, I'm sure you know me. Yeah, I know you. Yes, sure. I will check it out. I will check it out right after the live stream. Thank you. Okay, so we are left off here about Centroid. Did I send you the link here? So the lessons that we learned from Centroid decomposition were this. I mean, basically, Centroid was a node that splits the tree evenly. Each component, after removing this centroid, will have at most n-half nodes. And we recurse on them. We do recursion. And we go over those. And we try to solve them. Similar to like how we solved the IUI problem race. IUI 2011 problem race that we solved in the second session. And basically, sometimes we just build the centroid tree and we have some queries that we apply them on this centroid tree. So we will see, in this session, we want to see some newer problems and we try to see that, okay, now how do these problems, how can these problems be solved? The first problem that I want to talk to you about is directory traversal from Yusaku. Let me open this and give you the link of it as well. I did notify Telegram. All right. Didn't I? I think I did. I remember I did. So this problem basically says that we have several folders and these folders have a structure of a tree, basically. I mean, these folders and files that are within each other. And we have a single top-level directory named Bessie. And then we can navigate inside this directory as we want. And from a given directory, any file can be referenced by relative path. Some of you already know that what relative paths are, but it's not that important. In a relative path, the symbol, two dots means that going to the parent directory. And if Bessie were in folder 2, she could refer to the 4 files as follows. For example, she could first, if you are already in folder 2, you can go to the parent directory and then from parent directory to file 1. Or in file 2, you can see file 2 itself. Or you can go to the parent directory, then again to the parent directory, then go to folder 3, and then go to file 3. And the point is that we want to choose one of the directories in here such that the sum of the length of the relative path to all the files is minimized. That's basically our objective in this problem. Guys, if you remember, in the second session, we said a very important thing. We said that in general, we can look at Centroid in another way as well. And what is that other way? We could also look at Centroid like it's a node that the sum of its distance to all the other vertices is minimized. Okay. So we said that other than saying that centroid is a vertex set by removing it, all subspaces have at most n half vertices, we could also say that it's a vertex that the sum of its distances to all the other vertices is minimized. So that's basically the same thing that we want in this problem. So we can do the exact same thing. We talked about how to find the vertex that the sum of these distances to all other vertices are minimized. We used the trick that we named it rerouting. Its name was rerouting. So we can use the rerouting approach in here as well. We can just basically, in the rerouting strategy, we can say that let's find the answer for the root first. And then we will try to see that, okay, if I find the answer for the root, then we want to see that if for each vertex we have its answer, can we update the answer of, can we calculate the answer of its children based on that answer? And we see that, yes, we can. We can easily do that. We can calculate the answer of these vertices based on these. So that's something that we can easily do and go over all of the vertices and just see that how do we update. I mean, assume that you have this answer of this vertex, for example, that this is vertex u and this is vertex v. If you have ans of v, you know that ans of u is gonna be equal to ans of v except equal to ans of u, except that for any vertex inside the subtree of V, we are closer to them by this one edge, and for every vertex outside of the subtree, we are farther from them by one edge. So we can easily see that what is the size of the subtree of vertex V and what is the number of vertices outside, and these can easily give us a formula to calculate ans of V based on ans of U. And this way you can easily, with this rerouting approach, calculate the distance, the sum of distances from each vertex to all other vertices. And that's all. You see that how easily these problems can be solved. I mean, if you just understood the things that we said in the last session about the rerouting idea and calculate the answer of a vertex based on the answer of its parent, you see that how easily problems like this can be solved. Now tell me if it's clear for you or not. If it's clear, please put a plus or use this emoji. Can you add feature creating virtual contest from Repovive for Codeforces? Oh, you mean that? Okay, I got it. You mean that you create a virtual contest of problems in Codeforces from Repovive, right? So we use the problems of Codeforces, but you can choose some of them and set a contest based on those problems, right? Am I understanding you well? That looks like an interesting idea, actually. I'm glad that you guys are giving very interesting ideas. I hope that my sound is not lost again. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's very challenging. I mean, it's easy to implement such a feature. If you want, you can do that. But doesn't VJudge already do that? Does VJudge still work? I remember when we were studying CP or IOI, VJudge was doing the same thing. Does it still work or not anymore? But yeah, I mean, we can talk about maybe bringing it to the next level. If we do that, we bring it to the next level. But we should see that what exists already. VJudge works. Okay. Yeah, but we can think about how to bring it to the next level, actually. That you can create a contest out of the problems that exist on other judges. And basically by our uh, editor, it's easy to submit the codes as well. The good thing about it is that you will submit with your own accounts. VJudge submits with VJudge bots. At least it was like that before, not through your own account. We, with the editor, we can submit with your account. That's one thing. But yeah, I also should think about what is the issue with VJudge right now that we can solve, and then how we can solve it. Yes, VJudge, I think that, yeah, VJudge at least used to, and it seems like still works, and you can create a contest out of the problems in different threads. But yeah, I actually liked your idea in general. Share with me any ideas that you have. I mean, these are very inspiring. Maybe we come up with an amazing idea together. I mean, maybe that initiates a very useful thing that we can do. So yeah, I will definitely think about that too. Okay, so if it's clear, let's move on to the next problem now. Oh, okay. VJudge gives you an option to submit it with your. Okay, good. Then that is already there too. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. At least previously it was bots, but I mean VJudge bots. But now it seems it gives you an option to submit it with your account. Yeah, so I mean we basically should see that what is problematic and it's actually disturbing people, and then fix those things. If something already exists and everyone can use it well, I mean, there's not much value in doing it again. But if I see that, I mean, that actually was an inspiring idea. I think about it. I think about that, what doesn't exist in that, and we'll think about adding it. Okay, so let's now go over the next unit and the next problem. Let me make it also a user view. Uh, so now we go to the next problem, double tree. This problem is from Codeforces, and it basically says that we have two trees that are completely similar to each other. We have two trees that they are very similar to each other. I mean, completely the same. So basically, you have a graph with two n vertices, and it's like that. For each edge UV between a pair of vertices with odd numbers, there also exists an edge U plus 1 and V plus 1. So it means that if you consider the odd vertices and the even vertices, the graphs look completely the same. It's like there are two trees that look completely the same. So for each edge that exists for UV for odd vertices, just if you add, for example, if there is an edge between 1 and 5, there also exists an edge between 2 and 6. So there are two trees in exactly the same shape. And for each node, for each odd number u from 1 to 2n minus 1, there's an edge between u and u plus 1. And all these edges are weighted. And the graph is connected. So basically, those two parts should be trees, because there is n minus 1 edges left for each one of them. There is n minus 1 edges that connect edges with odd numbers together, and n minus 1 that connect even numbers together. They are connected, they are trees. And we have basically two copies of the same tree, and then there's an edge between corresponding vertices. So for example, what we have looks like this. It's something like this. For example, we have this tree here, and we also have it here. And between corresponding vertices, there are n edges too. So we have 2 times n minus 1 plus n edges. So 3n minus 2 edges in total. So now you will be given two vertices in this graph, and you have to say that what is the shortest path from the first one to the second one. Now we want to see that how we can solve this problem. Okay, I hope that the problem is clear. If for anyone the problem is not clear, let me know. So we basically want to see that what is the shortest path from some vertex U to some vertex C. But we judge it is a bit broken. I mean, sometimes it gives an option to sometimes broken, sometimes not. It never gives you an option. Oh, VJudge does not have atcoder or OI problems. For example, doesn't it work with oj.use it or what? I don't remember it. But yeah, oj.use it. I remember these websites from years ago. Uh, if it doesn't cover this, yeah, that's bad. That's something that we can fix. Okay, so let's talk about this problem now. Because the first step in this problem is that we will combine these two trees. So in the first step, we say that, okay, there are n vertices here and n vertices here. Each vertex has a corresponding vertex on the other side. So we can just consider one tree that we have instead of those two trees that we are mentioning. Assume that we have one tree. It's just each vertex is actually two vertices. It's like we have two layers. I mean, basically, I put another one just below it or just on top of it. That is the same tree. It's like now each vertex, instead of one, is two vertices, and we can go from one copy to the other one with some costs each time. Now in this graph, we basically want the distance. Now I say that in this graph, there is a vertex that can help you very much to find the answer. And what is that? I mean, if we combine these two trees into one, there will be one vertex that can be actually very helpful for you to calculate the answer. And that is the centroid. So I say that let's consider the centroid of this tree, this combined tree. Then every connected component will have at most n half vertices. And assume that I will solve all of the queries that are completely within one of these components recursively. So that's the good thing about Centroid. We can do divide and conquer. Let's say that we remove Centroid and we're going to have some connected components. There are some queries that they are completely within one of these connected components. For example, both of their endpoints are in one of these. But there are some that one of them is in one and the other one is in another. The ones that are completely within one of these connected components, they can be solved recursively. So that's a good thing about them. Now the only paths that remain are the paths that go over these centroids, that go from one subtree to the other subtree, to another subtree. And the good thing about them is that they definitely cross centroid. So they definitely go over the centroid. The path that go from one subtree to another one. Yeah, congrats, Abdullah. And I think that, Abdullah, you were the first person from Pakistan who achieved that, right? If I'm right. So anyway, back to this, till you respond. So from one connected component to another connected component, you want to just solve this. And the good news about it is that, okay, let's pre-process the distance of each of them to the centroid. So once you calculate the centroid, run a DFS from centroid and calculate the distances that each of these vertices have to centroid. For each of them, keep 4 values. The distance from this vertex in the first tree to this vertex in the first tree, the distance from this vertex in the first tree to this vertex to centroid in the second tree, the distance from this vertex in the second tree to centroid in the first tree, and the distance from this vertex in second tree to this vertex in second tree, to centroid in the second tree. For each vertex, we can easily, with a DP, based on the answer for its parent, we can just calculate the distances to the centroid. And now when we want to calculate the distance from one vertex to another vertex, we can just simply have cases, different cases that, okay, from which tree to which tree we're going to go when we go to centroid, and from that vertex in centroid to which vertex we're going to go here. So it's going to be sum of two numbers, basically. Sum of distance of either we pass Centroid in the first tree or in the second tree. If we go to Centroid in the first tree, it should be distance of this vertex in its tree to Centroid in the first tree, and then from Centroid in the first tree to this vertex in its tree that is given, or from this one to Centroid in tree 2, and from Centroid in tree 2 to this vertex. We can consider all these all these, I mean, this is two cases basically. We consider these two cases and minimum of them is going to be the answer. So when we combine these two trees, it's just enough to calculate the centroid. And then based on that centroid, we can easily find out what the answer is. Great. Awesome. Great to hear that. That's great. Hopefully you will get to GM very soon. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, is it clear? We actually talked about it very fast. I mean, maybe because no one is asking a question about it. But these were the two problems that I wanted to discuss today. Usually the sessions were like I was telling the solutions, and there were some people who wanted me to repeat it. But now, because no one wants me to repeat it, I assume that you understood it well. And we basically are done with the two problems that we wanted to talk about today. These were two hard centroid problems. And I'm pretty sure that if you have understood the first two sessions of centroid decomposition, you can easily understand these solutions as well. And then you can really argue that you're totally good with centroid. I mean, you completely understood centroid and you're completely okay with it. Okay, so if you had any questions, definitely ask me about these. Otherwise, maybe we can use our additional time to talk a little bit about Repovive, and I get some feedback from you guys. Guys, from Repovive, from everything that we have so far on Repovive, what is most useful for you so far? I want some feedback to see that on which thing is better to work more and on which don't work more, or even remove them from the website. I want to understand that what in the website helps you the most. We have bootcamps which are like this that we are talking about right now. I mean, we had a sub expert rating level up, and we had this one is central decomposition, which is not beginner. I should change this. I don't know why it's beginner. So now we can talk about what you want the third bootcamp to be about as well. We can have a vote on that. So one section is bootcamp. One is these roadmaps that are, I don't want to show them to you. This is a surprise. I mean, there are many new roadmaps ready that I'm gonna release them all together. And we have this contest section, which are the contests. And as you can see, the design has been changed now. It's better right now. And we have this problem page as well that is newer. Now that we had our first contest, we have this problems page as well. That we have the problems. And I changed the one that previously was named problems to weekly. These are the weekly problems that we give you. We have this teams section where you can find like-minded people. We have this community section where you can answer the question of the week, and you can give me ideas for question of this week as well. And compiler, and this new one that is tools, that we introduce the tools that we have about competitive programming. This one is, I mean, the ones that are developed by us are marked. These are the ones that exist out there. So we just introduce them. Like CP Editor, CPH, Competitive Companion, CF Tool, TestLib.h. So I want to understand that from all these, which one is actually helping you the most and you care about the most and like it, and which ones you don't use that much. That really helped me to double down on the things that you care about and forget about the things that are not that useful. Because in my mind, they are like, okay, this can be very useful, this can be very useful, but I should see that how you feel about it. What if there is an interactive problem? Can the compiler handle it? Right now, no. It's not. I mean, it's just a single shot running, but we can fix that. We should change the shape of the compiler a little bit. That section in the right, input and output, should be combined, and then interactive can work. But right now, no, unfortunately. Yeah, right now it does not cover boiler mode. I mean, interactive mode. But yeah, that's also something that I can work about. I can work to fix it. I want to know that what you want to work on first and make sure that we fix that first. That's definitely one thing. The widget thing is one thing that we can work on. And I think there are many other things that we can work on as well. So maybe I should also ask you this on Telegram channel or on Discord server. And guys, if you want, feel free to join our Telegram channel as well. Most of the discussions are there. I mean, on YouTube we have very fewer discussions, but most of things we say are happening on Telegram. Let me share the link with you. If you want, you can join our Telegram channel from here, where we do most of the talking. In there, I can have a vote as well, that which parts of the website you use the most and you like the most. And for the next bootcamp, so we have DP and Graph bootcamp next. And their roadmaps are going to be perfect as well. I mean, their roadmaps are going to actually really help as well. Will the contest happen this year? Uh, one contest happened, but opening rounds, I'm still thinking about when is the best time. I mean, at least we had one successful contest, so we showed that we can. I'm very happy about that. Nothing broke. I feel like we should have one or two more pre-opening rounds before the main opening round, to ensure that everything goes well, and also to improve our anti-cheating systems, because we have some ideas as well about that and we want to improve it. And yeah, and the rating system will be out too soon. And our rating system is going to be very better if there is no cheater. I mean, our system will be better in detecting cheaters. And we have great ideas for that we are working both on software and also some other things. Okay. So let me know definitely if you had any suggestions or anything. You can tell me in here or on Telegram or on Discord. On Discord, I mean, you can join Build and Learn with Repovive team as well. I'm pretty sure that there should be new people who requested to join. Yeah, 37 people requested to join. I don't know if you see my screen or not. 37 people have requested to join. I will answer it today. So now we are at 200 people, 201 people when I accept them. And yeah, you can join Build and Learn with Repovive. Then you can personally talk to me and we will talk about how we can improve Repovive. And any ideas that you have to improve it, to bring it to the next level, to make people aware of Repovive and anything. If you like developer path, we have a developer path that you can help with development, writing code. If you like ideas for outreach to people and making people aware of Repovive, or ideas for tools that we're going to prepare. I mean, even if you have ideas, but you don't want to implement it yourself, or you can't implement it yourself, I can implement it, or we can implement it. Anything. So this is somewhere that we try to learn together. I mean, I myself, I'm learning too every day and build something great together. So if you want, you can request to join there. I will approve these requests that are already there as well. We have light mode and dark mode. Uh, you mean adding, or you say that something changed? I mean, we have light mode and dark mode. This is light mode. This is dark mode. And this is whatever your system is. My system is dark mode, so it's dark mode. But yeah, in general, we have light mode and dark mode. It works everywhere. So yeah. Yeah, the fact that you didn't see that is a good fact. I mean, it shows that maybe we haven't put it in a good place. Thank you for your feedback. I mean, that's actually useful. Maybe we didn't put it in the right place. Okay, so yeah, I can put it in the top as well. It can be in the top as well. I should reorganize the things that are on top in the website. I will reorganize them. And yeah, I mean, many things should change. I mean, we are, as you see, every day Repovive changed too much. I mean, our website completely changes every day and we add so many new things. So yeah, I mean, still there are a lot that I have in mind to change and improve. We still should get way better. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope that you learned from this session and you understood well what the solutions to the problems were. Uh, so if you are, uh, I will put a vote about the next bootcamp as well. Definitely let me know about your suggestions. Sure thing, Karamavi. Sure thing. And Abdullah said, I don't know mine are accepted or not. Yeah, we should still talk about it and finalize. I mean, we have a lot of good problems. That's a good thing. The good thing is that we have a lot of very good problems, and so we will finalize it together. So see you guys next time. Bye.